What is on-page SEO? On-page SEO is an effort taken to optimize the elements on a website. When I say elements, it refers to the content, that is text, images or video on the website. On-page SEO is done at content and code level. On-page SEO involves bit of technical aspect as it is done at also code level. Once the page is optimized, it becomes easier for users to reach your page and match their search intent. Remember, on-page SEO is primarily done to match users' search intent rather than focused on search engine. There are various techniques by which in on-page SEO we optimize the content. On-page SEO ensures the page becomes reliable for search engine indexing. In general, we saw the ranking factors of search engine. Let's look at the on-page ranking factors now. Here are the keyword related ranking factors. Earlier, keywords itself played a significant role as a ranking factor in search engine optimization. This changed significantly. The search engine evolved and today's search engine are able to process users' search query with synonym word combination or even with relevance and contextual as much as natural it gets with the user's search intent. Due to this evolution of search engines, the whole focus on-page SEO is shifted towards content. To put it in a word, content has become the king of digital world. Without content, SEO isn't happening. Content has become the primary factor in on-page SEO. In-depth content that is about 200 to 300 words and relevancy of it and uniqueness attract user and search engine indexing equally. The content should also be trustworthy and authoritative, meaning content which could be referred back to on the web or shared across the web by different users creates a trustworthiness, and also somebody links content from highly authoritative sites which are referred by most of the users becomes an important on-page ranking factor for you. The technical aspect which involves in SEO, on-page SEO are meta tags and others. We'll see them in detail. Let's look at some non-keyword ranking factors. Page load speed, that is the load speed of your page. If your page loads more than 3 seconds or so, users have high chance of abandoning your page. Mobile friendly. Is your website or web page available on mobile friendly note? That is, user will be able to use on mobile devices such as tablet and mobile phones. Page URL. The naming of page URL plays an important role in on-page SEO. Also the page structure, which ensures users are able to easily navigate and also easily read the page which they are browsing. So the first thing to start in on-page optimization is keyword research. You can start the keyword research with the help of Google search, Google Trends, Google Ads keyword planner. Remember to keep focus on one or max 2 keywords per page or content in the page. That means your target or research keywords should be used 1 or 2 times max for a content in a page or on the page. Let's learn few techniques and terms in keyword research. First is keyword frequency and placement. Based on the keywords which are researched, they need to be added and also to be managed in meta tags. That is on your title, description, header and meta keywords. The best practice is to add 1 keyword per title, description, header and meta keywords. While the best practice is 1, you can get away with 3 or 4 keywords, but not more than that. It is called as keyword stuffing, using more than keyword which are required to be used in the meta tags and This is penalized by search engines. It will end up losing a significance for your effort taken to optimize. Moving on to next term, keyword weightage. Suppose you want to improve a particular keyword and you want to add weightage to it. In the overall website, you can mention that particular keyword at relevant places in different paragraphs and in different pages. This will allow the keyword to add overall weightage of the on-page activity. Basically, you can check in e-commerce site that product categories are mentioned in small paragraphs at many different pages when you scroll through them. This is basically adding to keyword weight. The next term is keyword prominence. The keyword prominence refers to use of focus keyword or the key keywords which you would like to use in the first heading and paragraph of the page and keep the focus on that particular keyword. This improves the keyword's visibility and also attains prominence in overall usage. For example, in the last module I mentioned about cupcakes and I've used word cupcake in most of my first paragraphs or even in headings. Moving on to the next term, keyword proximity. Basically, keyword proximity refers to similar or closer keywords in the content. A similar or closer keywords could be used to improve the relevancy of the content related to user who is looking for. This actually helps in improving or linking to related products, and this is the best example I can give for the keyword proximity. Let's talk about the meta and other important tags now. We're going to look at title tag, meta description tag, meta keywords, Roberts meta tag, header tag, canonical link tag, alt image tag. These tags will help us in optimizing the page and also in turn will help in optimizing the website. Let us look at them one by one. Let's start with title tag. Let me show you an example of title tag. This is a search engine result upon searching Apple iPhone. You can see this title tag is being represented in the red rectangular box. It basically specifies the title of the page and it is clickable. Along with the product name, you can use your brand and also use keyword in the title tag. It is important to select a unique title tag for each page since this gets indexed in the search engine, also displayed at the top of browser tab, and when shared on social media network as link, it gets displayed. The title tag gives us an opportunity as a marketer to get users' attention by having the right title for the user search intent. This is how a title tag looks in a HTML code. It is important to know the most basic and primary language of the web, that is HTML code. You don't need to stress upon much on HTML code, however you do need to know the basics. HTML is simple and structured programming language. Basically there are syntax involved in HTML and these syntax are written in using tags. The HTML tags are used to build elements of a page. All these elements put together form a page in HTML. In the on-screen example, we have used two tags. One is head and other is title. The example title is the actual title of the page. While we may not be really needing to code this HTML piece, it is good to know how HTML code is involved in on-page SEO. In the demo, we will be using few plugins on WordPress which would help us to get this done. Let's talk about the best practices for title tag. The first and foremost thing is the title length. Up to 60 characters will not have an truncation by search engine. That is, the title will be completely displayed up to 60 characters. Do not try to use more than 1 or 2 keywords in the title tag. This will not be entertained by the search engine. Always remember to have unique title for each page. If possible, try and use first keywords in your title tag. If you have a strong brand name that will bring value to your title tag, try and use the brand name if it is authoritative and well known. Also remember to ensure that your title tag is more of a customer first approach than a search engine first approach. Let's talk about the description tag now. Let me show you the same example. The description tag here again is marked in the red rectangular box. Basically, it's right after the title and URL. Description tag represents the brief summary of the page. It could be up to 160 characters in length. And basically, description tags are an opportunity to improve your click-through rates in search engine listings. Let's look at the HTML code for description tag. Description tags are basically used under header tags. Let's look at the best practices for meta description. Google has allowed up to 300 characters in length for meta description. Please do remember, meta keywords and meta description are not significant ranking factors in Google algorithm. Also, remember to have unique description for every page. You can use meta description as an ad copy also using catchphrases like learn, buy or more, but do not make it spammy and ensure it is natural, active and engaging for users. Also remember to not to use double quotation. Also do not omit the meta descriptions. Moving on to robots meta tag. With the help of robots meta tag, we can send or instruct the spider or bot on how to index a page and how to crawl the page. This helps us in avoiding the pages which we do not want to show up or index in the search engine. There are different sets of instructions which can be passed on with robots meta tag to crawlers or bots, out of which most important are no follow and no index. No follow instructs the bots not to follow the links on the page, while no index instructs the bot not to index the page at all. This is very helpful if you have pages which you do not want to show up on search engine. Let's look at the HTML code for the same. The robots tag is usually used in meta tag to pass down the instruction to the crawler or bots. Let's talk about header tags. Header tags are basically available in HTML in a hierarchical order from H1 to H6. Earlier, header tags were also used to place keywords. More often nowadays, header tags are used for content headings. They are pretty useful to structure the content, improve the readability for users, and also improve the better indexing for search engines. Let's look at one of the example. You can see the content A and content B. Content B looks more readable and easily understandable in one glance than content A. This is the difference header tags make to the content. Let me share the code for header tag. This is how header tag is used between H1, H2 and up to H6 tags. Most often nowadays, H1 and H2 tags are most widely used than other tags. Let's talk about canonical tags. With the help of canonical tags, we will be able to overcome the challenge of duplicate or identical pages. This is an important issue while indexing your website on search engine. With the help of canonical tag, you can control over the duplicate content, that is, inform the search engine which is a master page and which are child pages. With the help of this, you can de-risk the indexing issues and do not get penalized by search engines for having duplicate pages. Also, you do not miss out on original content if you have identical pages or duplicate pages. Let's look at an example to understand this better. Let's talk about the Yummy Cup HTTPS with the same domain, HTTP without www, HTTPS with www/index.php. While all of these links look different, they all point to the home page of Yummy Cupcakes website. With the help of canonical tags, we can inform the search engine that all these links point to the home page and they are not duplicate or similar pages. Let's look at how the canonical tag looks in the HTML. So this is how canonical tag is used for the Yummy Cupcakes home page. Let's look at some of the best practices for canonical tags. First best practice is always add canonical tag to your home page. As you've seen in the example, this avoids confusion. Avoid chain usage of canonical tags. That is, do not point A to B, B to C and C to D. You can use canonical tags for similar pages or near duplicate pages. This will help in avoiding the original content and save your day. Let's talk about alt text image optimization. Basically, the alt text is used to describe the image which is there on the page. Alt text helps in accessibility and also helps screen readers which are used by visually challenged users. When an image breaks in a page, alt text describes the image which has been broken so that we understand what image was there on the page. It also helps in better search engine indexing while crawlers or bots are able to understand what image is present on the page. In the end, it always helps to describe the image better. Let me talk through this with an example here. So I'm going to show you a GIF where we have a couple of dogs which are basically trying to grab or dance along with the flying pizza from the sky. So I can use better alt text for this particular graphic which I have on screen. Let me show you what I can use to describe this. I'm going to show you the three variations which I'm going to use here. One is dancing dogs, one is dancing dogs pizza slices, and the last and the best one is dancing dogs while pizza slices raining from sky. As crawlers or bots will not be able to understand the image, they would be able to understand the alt text and would mark the image appropriately. So with alt text, you will be able to optimize the images on your page and also help the search engine in understanding what images are available on your page. This will in turn help better indexing. When the users are running their search query, they will not only be able to find the search results, they will also see the images in their search results. And this is how alt text is important for image optimization. Let's talk about URL optimization. URL is basically a readable text link which is used instead of IP addresses. URLs play a very important role when you're doing on-page SEO. For URLs, the browsers consider 2083 characters in length. The max length could be used in the browser. With little effort, URLs can be made into SEO-friendly ones. Let's look at the syntax for URLs. This is how usually the URL. For example, let me show you a page URL from the cupcake site. This is how an About Us page URL looks for my Yummy Cupcake site. Let's talk about the best practices for URL optimization. Keyword, though not significant, but it's an important ranking factor in URL optimization. Add a keyword or brand name in your URL, which is important. Remember to keep the URL simple and use hyphen to separate the words in URL, as you have seen in the example. Use lowercase in URLs and avoid URL parameters, that is tracking parameters, or if you want to use some, use appropriately. Let's talk about content optimization. Content optimization begins with SEO copywriting. SEO copywriting is a practice where you use the researched keywords to provide a solution to problems or challenges that users face. Users in turn search for these solutions on search engine. So this is how content optimization works, matching users' problem with the solutions available via content on your page and showcasing them on search engines. Also, most importantly, in content optimization, the title tag, meta description, URL optimization, and headings are very important. Also, the SEO copywriting is done for humans and not just for search engine spiders. The content has to be unique, fresh, and valuable. Moving on to robots.txt. Robots.txt is created by webmasters with set of instructions to bots and spiders on how to crawl the website pages. Basically, it's a text file. And like robots meta tag, you have set of instructions for bots and spiders. This is an example of robots.txt, a real world example how robots.txt looks like. Let me explain the on-screen examples. Under heading allow full access, you could see the syntax user-agent:* that indicate all bots, and disallow indicates there are no instructions to bot not to crawl or not to follow any pages. So it concludes everything is allowed for the bots to crawl on the website. In the heading block all access, you could see user-agent:* that is telling all bots under disallow syntax / saying that the access is blocked for the website to be indexed and to be crawled. Similarly, in other headings under block one folder and block one file, you could see the disallow instructions differ. Let's discuss more about robots.txt. Robot.txt is important so that search engines can find and index your website. It provides instructions to the agents, which are bots or spiders of search engines, wherein you can allow or disallow the pages and elements in your website. You can also add a sitemap for your website in robots.txt. Robots.txt is usually placed in the root directory or home folder of the hosting. Moving on to sitemaps. Sitemaps basically help site navigation and also search engines in crawling and indexing the website. There are two types of sitemaps. One is XML based and other is HTML based. XML based sitemaps are primarily used for search engine submissions. HTML are basically used for users. If you are asking that which one to use, both sitemaps are important and both can be used for your website. Now that we are through with most of the on-page SEO stuff, we will move on to the demo.